Years ago, while learning to fly, I experienced a lesson I'll never forget. I was flying a small airplane. The takeoff roll began. The engine was producing full power. The runway was disappearing beneath us. Everything looked normal. Then I realized something. We didn't have quite as much airspeed as I wanted. And at the very end of the runway sat a Quonset hut. Suddenly, it looked a whole lot bigger than it had just a few seconds earlier. My instinct screamed, pull back, get the airplane into the air, climb now. But my training said, don't. Because if I pulled back too soon, the nose would rise, the airspeed would bleed away, and I'd lose the very thing I needed most, lift. So instead, I did something that felt completely wrong. I stayed patient. The airplane lifted just a few feet off the runway into ground effect. I held it there. I resisted the urge to climb. Second by second, the airspeed continued to build. The airplane became more stable, more capable. Then, when it was ready, it climbed. We cleared the Quonset hut with room to spare. Think about that. How often does life put us in the exact same position? A business isn't growing fast enough. A relationship isn't moving fast enough. A career isn't advancing fast enough. A deal isn't closing fast enough. And our instinct is always the same. Pull harder, force it, make something happen. But sometimes the answer isn't more effort, it's more discipline. Sometimes the fastest way to climb is to stop trying to climb too soon. Trust the process, build the airspeed, then let lift do what it's designed to do. So today, before you force an outcome, before you panic, before you pull back on that stick, ask yourself one question. Am I trying to force lift, or am I building the airspeed I need to succeed? Because in flying and in life, the people who reach the greatest heights aren't always the ones who pull the hardest. They're the ones who trust the fundamentals, who stay disciplined under pressure, and who understand sometimes the fastest way to climb is to stop trying to climb too soon. Choose excellence.